Okay, we're looking at lab number 2 now. Similar to the first lab with just a few new commands. New commands being the pocket in the inside here and the tap toes. But we'll quickly look at that and see how we go. So again, we upload our model onto our part using the modeling from SolidWorks. We go into our manufacturing tab from our design tab down to manufacture for our CNC. We're milling. We do setup. We select the same machine again. It should be in your library. The Autodesk 3-axis generic is fine, or the Hurco VM10 is better. Milling operation, and again our Z-axis must be the whole way up. Our stock setup is the same again. Rather than relevant size, we can do a fixed box size. Okay, so we're looking at 60 by 60, and we're looking at a depth there of maybe just rotate this around, have a quick look at it. Okay, so we want to correct the depth, and the 60 by 60, the part's actually 60 by 60. So in reality, we might have a block that's 70 by 70. So we'll take some material off. Okay, so it's centered there, which is fine. And then our height's 20, but what we're going to do is offset from the top, and we normally offset it a millimeter from the top. So again, if we rotate that, we'll have a quick look there, and we're just going to skim a millimeter off the top, plenty to hold underneath. Power position, we don't need to do that. Good to go, and post-processing, we don't need to touch that. Okay, so that's our part ready to go. We have our stock set up and our machine picked. So we're going to start off, like we did in the last one, with a face milling operation. So again, we'll just do our face milling operation. We're just going to select our tool. We're going to use a face mill. It will come up. I used it previously here, so it comes up diameter 50 on the face milling operation. Our feeds and speeds are fine, we'll cover them again. Our geometry is stock geometry here, the yellow picks, we're good with that. Our heights then are our key again, okay? So our clearance height and retract height are usually okay. Our feed height, we're going to go from 5 millimeters from the top. Our top height is the top of the stock. And our bottom height is the CAD model, which is a millimeter again below that we set. So we're good to go with that. The passes, we might go multiple depths in this part. And what we'll do is we want it to go over twice. And we'll say 0.8. is basically the maximum step down, and that should leave 0.2 then for the final step down as such. Pass extension, we can increase that if we like. So if you hover there on any of these commands, you'll see what it means. So it is the pass extension. Alright, so we could add maybe 10 millimeters to that to go on past the component. Stock offset is, if you hover over it, it'll show you the distance extra it goes past the stock. Alright, and then linking, then we'll leave that there for a minute. It's pretty good. Linking radius is fine. Yeah, and hit OK. So with every one you do, you should always check and see what's happening. So right click, simulate, and hit play, and make sure it's machining the way you want it. Now we want overlap in here on the stock. You can see on the left hand side it's actually tight enough on the overlap, and so just play that again and see what that's like. Okay, so we're just barely taking a bit over that. So we want to increase that a wee bit, that we're taking a wee bit more off that. Okay, so this one here is coming in good. This one here is very near the edge. So we could right click that and edit that. And what we can do here is on our passes. Okay, so our step over here is the distance we move over each time. So I think if we increase that down to 30, we might see it going 3 times, and hit OK. Alright, and you can see here it's actually going over 3 times. Now, what I don't like, it's still going to leave a lot there. So I can right click on that again, I can edit, and I can go back to that actually and increase that to 45. Okay, and what I wanted to do is another stock offset. I'm going to add 10 millimeters there. Okay, to the stock offset. Hit OK on that, and what I'm trying to achieve there was multiple passes. A pass closer to the edge here, a possible 3 passes. So quick generate there to see what it's sorry, generate and then simulate. Right click and simulate, and we'll just watch that there. So it's fine, and then that's better there. Okay, so it takes the 3 passes to go through that stock part. So I can close that. So that's my simulation, my face and operation done. So the next one is I'm going to do a 2D contour, which is this the circle component. So a 2D command, so it's just going to create this. I'll actually go around and create this one first. Okay, so 2D contour. The tool I'm going to select is diameter 16, like the previous lab. It's in memory on my PC here already, but we get it. It's a flat end mill diameter 16. I'm going to hit select, and I'm going to hit geometry. Okay, and I'm going to pick this contour here, but that contour is below stock at the moment. Okay, so it's that distance there below stock. So what I do is I go to my heights, and clearance height and retract height is okay. Feed height is 5 millimeters from the top of where I tell it. My top height is going to be my stock height, and my bottom height here is going to be basically top of the stock. And I'm going to say, just so I'm drawing here, I'm going to go minus 15 here to see what that looks like. And I'll have to just rotate the part here and see, am I going to be beyond the CAD model, which I have done there, so I'm happy enough with that. So I'll just see that okay in a second. What I'll do is now my passes, this is very important. I'm going to go my multiple depths. I'm going to go 3 millimeters at a time. Okay. And I'm going to look at my I could do repeat, finish and pass if I like. Finish and overlap. I'm going to go 5 millimeters on that. Okay. And I'm going to go my link in here. And horizontal lead in. I like a 10 millimeter, a good lead in. That's the radius. Sorry, so radius can be small, can be 3, but the linear distance should be something like 10. Okay. And I think that's okay. I'm going to try that. Hit OK. And you can see my lead in here, which I like, and I'm machining down. It looks pretty good, and just simulate that quickly to see what it looks like. So I will be machining after the face, so it's just basically machining the full. I'll speed that up. The full outside contour, which is good to go. Now I've taken away more material here, so it means when I come in to do the circle, I don't have as much to take away in that next step. So what I can do here is I can go straight into 2D again and 2D contour and use the exact same tool comes up, which is good. My geometry this time is going to be this circle. Okay, my heights are basically, forget about the clearance and retract. Feed height 5 mil from top. Top height, I'll go with stock height. I could do -1 there, but I'll leave it at 0. And the bottom height, I could say selected contours, which is this edge here, and go down that depth. Now I just don't have to draw in here with me. I think it's 3 millimeters. Okay, I can just do a quick look there and see. I think that's okay. My passes then, multiple depths is very important. I'm going to go 2 millimeters here. Okay, repeat, finish and pass, and maybe just a wee overlap at 3 millimeters is good. My linking then, my lead in linear distance. Okay, I like to leave them 10 or 15 millimeters, and the radius is fine. And again, I'm going to just check that and see, have I enough done there. Okay, so we error there. Oh, so generation failed there in the software, whatever's wrong with that. So I'll just edit that and see, does it? Right click. So I'm going to delete that here and roughly do it really quick again. So I'm going to do 2D contour. It seems to be something wrong in the software there. And I've got the same tools I know that from before. I have the same geometry. The heights, I'm just going to go from the stock top, which is down here, stock top. I'm just going to go -5 for the moment. And I'm going to go multiple depths. Max is 2 millimeters. I'm just going to try that there real quick and see does that work. And okay, so I'm good to work there. I've done a wee bit too deep, but I'll go back and edit this now. Not sure what was wrong with that last command. So I'm going 2 millimeters. I'm happy with that. My linking then, my distance, I like 10 millimeters there for the lead in. And I'm pretty good with that, I think. Okay, so if I right click and simulate, and hit play, I'm happy enough that that's taken all that material away. So I'm just lucky enough that it's actually taking material. It's going down too deep, so I need to go back and change my block. So right click, edit, and we go back here really quickly, and we see we're down on our heights, we're down too much. So maybe -4 is fine. I just want to draw into hand. And right click, simulate. Okay, there, now I'm on the right one. Okay, so that's that one done. So I'm flying along here, and I'll quickly do the 2D pocket on the inside. So 2D pocket, and we can use a smaller tool this time, maybe something like a diameter 10 or a diameter 8. So I have an 8 here loaded in the library. Again, go into Fusion 360 library, go your flat end mill and pick your diameter 8 there. I just have it here on memory already, so I'm just going to select it. I do my geometry, which is my circle here. Okay, and do my height, so very important. So I can close off these first two. I can go to stock top, it's fine, and I go select a contour. I think this is -8 millimeters, if I remember correctly. Passes is very important. No stock to leave, multiple depths. Okay, and I'm going to go a 2 millimeter depth, and we'll see what that looks like. This is plunging into the material, and I right click and I simulate. And hit play. And we can see here we're good to go. It's machined away the material, and that's using the 2D pocket. Okay, so very similar to the 2D contour, only in a pocket. The last one is I'm going to drill and tap these holes. So I go drilling, drill, and I'm going to select, I think it's an M, I can go drill library here, and I can go unit, metric, millimeters, and I can say drill. Okay, and so we'll have to go up here, and we're going to pick, I think I'm going to pick a 5mm drill to tap M6. So I just select that. Okay, and next one is I go to geometry, and I simply go around each hole. So I just quickly go around these holes. Okay, and the heights are very important. So if these are blind, you have to make sure you have them at the right depth. So it's picking up the whole bottom there, so that should be okay. And drilling and wrap it out and hit OK for that. You could increase those clearance heights slightly if you liked. I'll right click simulate, and that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. I'm going to close that, and I'm going to tap these next. So what I can do is I can go drill, and select the tool, and this is how I go and actually select a right hand tap. Okay, and I can go unit, millimeters. Okay, and Fusion 360 library, and we'll go with a diameter tap, diameter 6. Alright, right hand tap, select, and we do the geometry, which is select the same holes again really quickly. Okay, and the key thing is when we go to cycle, it actually knows it's a tapping cycle as opposed to a drilling cycle. And we don't want to go to the bottom of the hole. Okay, we'll have to go +3 millimeters from the bottom of the hole, because we can't go to the bottom of a hole or tap if there's material in it. So we'll hit OK, and that should be the part done. Alright, so we can quickly go back and check all of these. You can add a wee countersink. I haven't done a countersink, so that's one for yourselves maybe to try, is to do the countersink with a tool and see how that works out here. Do it before the drill, before the tap and after the drill. So just do a quick check here on the simulate. Quick check here on simulate and play it, and we should see the facing operation. 2D contour, another 2D contour on top here. Pocket operation. The drilling, and then the tapping operation. And that's the part 2 done. More on the lab later on. Cheers.